going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of G4 Outdoors. If you like what you see here, if you're looking for a commercial mower at a residential price, stick around. I got the video for you.
For the love of guitars, girls, green grass, and guns. Yeah. I was busted outside the bus.
Today we're going to be talking about my Ariens Apex 60-inch. Guys, I'm telling you what, I'm thoroughly impressed with this mower. In the past, I've done some mower reviews, and I reviewed that mower as soon as it came out. Of course, you know, you buy something new, you're always happy with it. You run into it for a while, you put some hours on it, and you start realizing all the flaws that are built into those machines. I've had this for a couple of months now, have not done a single review on it, and I'm thoroughly impressed with it. If you've watched Andy with Cut and Clean, he owns a Gravely Pro Turn 58-inch, 54-inch, something of that sort. Guys, I'm telling you what, I will put this mower up against his mower any day, do a side-by-side comparison, and you will not tell the difference. The cut quality on this is just absolutely amazing. It has an all-welded deck that has just the perfect cut, the perfect suction. The disbursement of the grass is on point. Like I say, if you're looking for a commercial mower at a residential price, this is the mower that you're going to step into. This or something equivalent. But the Ariens Apex 60-inch comes in at around $5,000. A commercial mower with this same level, you're going to be pushing around $10,000. This has everything that your big commercial mowers are going to have, and I'm going to get into that. First, let's start off with the frame. It's all welded, it's all tubular, which is going to equate in a lot firmer of a frame. If you, like you see here, this is roughly 3-inch tubing here, 3 by whatever, I don't know. But once you get into smaller tubular frames, whether they're welded or bolted, you're going to have a lot of flex in that. And what that's going to do, in time, your welds are going to break, or your bolts are going to come loose, and in time, your mower is just going to fall apart. With this, it is all welded, it's heavy tubular frame, and it's going to last you a lifetime. So now let's talk about the deck. This is a 10-gauge, fully fabricated deck with a guard all the way around it. That way, when you bump into things, you're not going to be destroying the deck. The deck is extremely strong, so you can be bumping into quite a bit of stuff and not messing this up. Now, when you jump up into the $10,000 mowers, you're going to be getting just a hair of a thicker deck. I think they run up into a 7-gauge maybe. That's really not much to speak of when it comes to fabricated decks. This 10-gauge is strong enough to do anything that you want. I'm sure you can run into a tree at 8 miles an hour with this deck. You're not going to do anything to it. So the deck, very strong, and I'm sure it's going to last you a lifetime too. Now let's talk about the seat. The seat is very comfortable. It comes with armrests on it. And I'm telling you what, the seat is very comfortable. Could you step up into an air ride system? Yeah, it'd make it a little bit better, but this seat is completely adequate for any of your mowing needs. So you can see out here in this field as I was mowing on the intro, it's a bumpy field and I got to slow down a little bit in places, but it doesn't jar you to death. Here in the seat cushion, you've got a good 4 inches of cushion. And here in the armrests as well, you've got 2.5 inches of cushion right there so that you can literally mow with this thing all day long without getting any fatigue in your body. Now, part of that ride comfort comes with the tires. These are 22 by 12 by 12. Guys, these are monster tires. They hold a hill extremely well. They climb a hill, they go down a hill. Once it gets a little bit moist, sure, it's going to slip around on things. You need to slow down for that. But on dry ground, guys, these big tires hold the ground. And with them being so big, it introduces a lot of the cushion, which comes along with this mower to make it a smoother ride. Another part of the smooth ride comes with the front tires. These are Kenda 13 by 6.5 by 6-inch tires. And let me tell you, if you don't think you need big tires for a lot of the things you do, you really do. If you go into the smaller residential tires, they're really small, and I've had a problem on one of my mowers. When you go up over a curb, or I don't know, my driveway is sunk a little bit, and I've got a 2-inch step from one piece of pavement to the other. When I turn up that, it'll actually break the bead off the tire, and I've got a flat tire. The only way I have to air that up, I don't have a huge air compressor, so I gotta spray gas in there, light it on fire, whoop, and I got a blown up tire. Having bigger front tires is actually going to help you out with your ride quality, and they're going to last longer, allow you to get over bigger objects. Now let's talk about the deck adjustment system. This does have a foot pedal to lower and raise your deck, and it is a very easy system to maneuver. Lock it up in its upward position. Now you can change your deck height adjustments. It goes from 5 inches all the way down to 1.5. I prefer to leave it on 3.5 inches. That promotes a healthier lawn. So you put it in your 3.5 inches, push down on the pedal, lift up on the release, and your deck is all the way down. Now with the 4-point engagement, or 4 points of adjustment over here, this is a pretty solid mounted deck. So you're not going to get a lot of sway. It's going to follow the contours of the ground a lot better. With it being 4 points, as you can see, it's a very sturdy deck, and it's going to stay right where it is. Now with the 60-inch deck, there is some inherent problems running with a 60-inch deck. You're going to scalp your lawn in a couple of more places just because of the width of it and the depth of it. If you've got small hills that you've been used to going over with your 42, 46, 48, the 60-inch probably will scalp that off. It's not a big issue, but it is something that you need to be concerned about and keep an eye out for so that you don't scalp too much. Being as I did mention scalping, this does come with 4 anti-scalp wheels that are adjustable to your preferred heights. Talking about preferred heights, the deck adjustment system on this thing, if it ever becomes out of level or if you want to pitch it a different way, the only way that's going to happen is if your nuts come loose or it comes that way from the factory, not set up properly. To adjust this deck, there are 4 bolts on this deck that allows you to adjust it. It's simple 3/4 inch wrench and a 3/4 inch socket, and you can easily adjust this level or pitch it however you want to do that. Now, keeping your mower and your deck clean is imperative to the life of your mower. On this model right here, you have an easy lift deck here, which locks back up into an upward position, but this allows you to easily get your blower in here and blow the top of this off. That way you don't have standing leaves in here, which is going to cause rust, and it's just going to prolong the life of your deck. Now, I'm not 100% knowledgeable on the deck pulley system, but it does have the constant belt tension technology on here. And I'll briefly reach up in here and show you that this does have a very strong belt tensioning system. So over time your belt will stretch, and what this does, it'll keep constant pressure on your deck and your belt so that it always has the proper tension on it, keeping your blades spinning as they should. Up here on the front of the motor you have anti-skid tape up here. Doesn't seem like that much of a deal, but it actually keeps your feet in place. Here on the top of the deck, what they have is extruded punch holes up here, which causes vaguely sharp points up here, so your feet aren't going to be sliding around that much when you're out. Now, something that you're not going to find in a lot of residential mowers is a 5-gallon gas tank. This gas tank allows me to mow my entire property, which is, I don't know, roughly 5 acres. I can mow all that, and I still haven't used a half a tank. So having the large gas tank on here is a huge plus. Another item on here that I'd like to talk about that's equivalent to the commercial mowers is the ROP system. Up here you have ROP's capable position right here. Take this cap off and you have a pivot pin down here, so that if you wanted to buy an aftermarket rollover protection system, you can do that, slap it right on here, and then you can be a little more comfortable handling bigger hills and have safety in it. Now let's talk about the deck chute. I really like having a deck chute that you can actually lift up. With the deck chute up, you get a lot better grass disbursement. With the chute down, you're going to be protecting houses. The grass is going to be pointed more downwards. On a lot of your residential mowers, this is just going to be a flap that you can either take on or take off of your mower. Not too many of these mowers are going to come with a deck chute that's in place and you can choose whether to keep it up or down. Now it is locked in the upward position. All you got to do is lift it up, drop it down, and now you're safe to mow around your flower beds, your air conditioner, around your house, just to keep debris down. Most of the time I just like to keep it up because I'm out here in this large area. Now coming back up to the front, I want to quickly talk about these casters. These are roughly 3/8 of an inch steel that are fabricated. As you can see, they are welded back here in the back for more strength. Now these front casters are super strong. Again, I don't care what you're going to be running into these at 8 miles an hour. You are not going to damage these. Now let's quickly go over the control platform. I like that everything is over here on this side. Everything is easy to get to. There might be a little bit of an annoyance reaching over to grab your choke, but everything is right here in one spot. You can actually do it all with one hand. Just choke it, start it, choke off. So it's not a big deal having everything in one spot. It's just sometimes I would rather turn that choke off just as soon as I start it. I don't think having it anywhere else would actually be better. Reaching on both sides of the mower, I don't think is really feasible at times. So having it all right here is convenient. You have your hour meter, and right now I have 8.2 hours on it, which I told you I've had this for quite a while, a couple of months, but that's how quick I'm able to finish my yards. With this 60-inch deck, the 8 mile an hour top speed of this, you really get work done in a quick manner. Now, as you can see, this does have the ZT 3100 commercial hydro motors. These do have filters on them, plus the fill reservoirs for your hydraulic fluid. This way you can change your fluid out, which is going to increase the longevity of your hydraulic motors, and you can keep up on the maintenance yourself taking care of these. So far here on the Ariens Apex, I've talked to you everything about how this is a commercial mower. Now I'm going to take you in and show you everything on this mower that is residential quality. Now this portion of the video is going to be pretty short. The only residential thing about this mower is the motor. It's a Kohler 7000 series 25 horse mower. This motor alone is no slouch. This is an excellent motor, and Kohler has been known for quality products. Now when you get into a commercial mower, the only thing that's going to change is you're going to get a, I shouldn't say better, a longer lasting motor meant to be beat up on a little longer or a little harder. But with this 25 horse motor and this 60-inch deck, this motor has zero problems running the blades, running the hydraulics. I've been through some really thick stuff, and this motor doesn't bog down one bit. It pushes this mower along just fine. Now you do have some options when it comes to these mowers. You can choose the Kawasaki motor, or you can choose the Kohler. In this instant right here, I chose the Kohler. I do like Kawasaki motors. I believe in the Kawasaki motors. They're strong motors, but there's a little bit of a difference when it comes to them. I think that the Kohler motors actually have better exhaust. They're a lot quieter running. The Kawasaki's are just a little bit louder, so I prefer to run a quieter motor. So guys, if you're looking for a commercial mower at a residential price, I highly recommend checking out the Ariens Apex models. They range from 48-inch, I believe, all the way up to 60-inch. Now, as you can see, these stripes and cut is commercial quality. So if you're in the market for a commercial mower and looking to pay a residential price, I highly recommend going out and checking out the Ariens Apex. If you've liked anything that you've seen or heard in this video, hit the like button. Leave a comment down below about anything that you didn't like or do like about these mowers, or have any other options. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button while you're at it, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm out.
Spent the night in a half the cage. Couldn't wait to get back on stage. Now I'm alright. Woke me up a little appetite for a whole lot of guitars, girls, green grass, and guns.